I started patching in November of 23, the end of November 23.
Okay.
So about 18 months now. Is that right? Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds right. What'd you have going on before you started patching that
You
you
know,
thought maybe it could help with?
I didn't have a whole lot of stuff going on. I do not take any prescription medications. I'm really pretty healthy, but I had been diagnosed with arthritis in both knees. I had a previous knee injury to my left side, one from junior high. Boy, that'll date me, won't it? Junior high. Um, was never really properly rehabbed. And then I had fallen in 2016 and fractured that kneecap on the left. So that knee had had a couple of insults already. My blood pressure was borderline high, running like 150s over upper 80s. And of course, you know, they don't like that. I am an retired RN and come from a cardiac background. So I know that, you know, they get a little excited when you're edging up to that. But again, I was not going to take any medicine for it.
Right.
So I would also say I worked for 37 years as an RN, mostly 12-hour nights. And so my sleep cycle was all messed up, as you can imagine. And I'm not much of a morning person. But once I retired in 2017, you know, I needed to get on a normal get up in the morning schedule, not sleep till 11 or noon or whatever, because I had things to do, obviously. So those were some of the things that were going on.
And what did you notice first?
I would say, kind of as a quirk, the very first thing I noticed was the very first day that I put the patches on. I put on Eon X39 and I remember X49. I wanted the X49 because I was concerned about radiation and I wanted the Faraday cage protection.
Right. The exact thing that's on sale right now.
Wonderful. So I had put those three on. I was getting ready to go to church. And as I was putting my makeup on, I looked across the room and I could read the fine print on this poster I have in the wall in the bathroom, this picture. And I thought, that is very strange. Even have my contacts in yet. Now I will say that effect did not persist. I think my stem cells found out there was much more important places they needed. But that is the very first thing I noticed.
Interesting.
The next thing that I noticed happened when in December of this last year, I slipped on the stairs coming home from work and I landed with all my weight on the outside of my left foot. Bad knee again. That's my bad side. That knee completely out to the left, landed with all of my weight there.
Ooh.
And so I got into that was a Thursday. I got into the orthopedic doctor the following Monday. I had an MRI the following Thursday. That MRI, when I read it, it just makes me cringe. It says I had a depressed tibial plateau fracture. I had macerated cartilage, tears in my cartilage, other things going on. Fortunately, my ACL and MCL were fine, but you know that just reading that report makes me hurt. I've been patching, as you'll recall, by then just a little over a year.
Right.
And I had paid particular attention to that left knee. I had patched it with a knee protocol that someone sent to me with Eon on the inside, carnosine above my knee, and glutathione to the outside. So I had been patching that specifically for about 6 months. So I will tell you, even after I got that MRI and read it, I had already tossed my, the name is escaping me, you know, the little brace that you would wear on your knee.
Right.
That thing bugged me to death. I'd gone off the pain medicine. I was making myself walk and bend the knee and do all of those things. And actually, within 3.5 weeks, I went back to work. And I'm
Wow.
working at a job where I was standing the whole time. So
Wow.
to be able to do that in 3.5 weeks from that injury, and I am 68 years old. So, that I just thought that was incredible. I
That is. That's very incredible. Now you said that your sleep was messed up. Was it still messed up when you started patching, and did the patching help your sleep?
I would say yes, still messed up. Lots of times, just not able to go to sleep at
Mm,
night for a long time because I was used to being up all night.
right.
So I would say yes, that is one of the things I have loved is improved sleep. When I sleep, man, I sleep heavy now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What about your energy?
Energy is another incredible thing. I have never been a high energy person. In fact, honestly, if you wanted to put a diagnosis to it, though I never did because I don't like labeling things, I think they would have probably diagnosed me with chronic fatigue syndrome. I mean, at any point in time, I could have gone back to bed throughout the day, just, and not enough energy to, oh my gosh, just complete the daily things that I needed to do. And that kind of was enhanced after I retired and was no longer going to work. So I was not as active, So
Right.
my tenacity and my stamina were problems. They really were. Just did not accomplish much during my days. Um,
Right.
so now I do use the energy patches, and I don't know if you're supposed to, but I put them on every day.
No, you can.
Longer want to, have to take a nap in the afternoon, no longer want to go sit in the recliner after only being up for a couple of hours. And I am now, for the last month and a half, walking 1.5 miles to 2 miles every day.
Wow, that is awesome from somebody that didn't really care if they hardly got out of the house.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, tell me about the borderline high blood pressure.
That had been a problem for probably 3 or 4 years when I would go in for my annual physical. You know, the doctor would want me to, well, of course, always wanted me to go on medication, which I didn't do. And but he wanted me to keep track of it, and I said, well, I'll take care of it. And fortunately, he allowed me to do that. But the last 3 times that my blood pressure has been taken, once in May when I went in for my annual physical, and then at the dentist office, and then I took it once at CBS when I was waiting. It's back down in the normal range. It's like one
Oh,
over 70s. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And last time, was it when you went to the doctor, they did your biological test age for your age?
that was at my chiropractor's. That's where I was working, actually, was at the chiropractor
Okay.
office. And so they did a bioscan. And I was very pleasantly surprised that that came back and said my biological age was 55.
Well, we'll take it, right?
Indeed, I would indeed.
You know what's so cool is I think about that we always were growing up, people would say age is just a number.
Mhm.
Um, but this just gives new meaning to that. Like it really is just a number because your biological age can be reversed and be much less than your age, right?
Yes.
That is awesome. Well, Carl, thank you so much. If you guys came in late and didn't get to hear this, maybe you can catch the replay. Carl just, her arthritis has gone out of her knees. She, fell and her knee pretty much almost healed from a pretty bad fall in about 3.5 weeks, which is what we seem to see a lot. With people, they seem to heal like twice as quickly, when they're patching. But thank you so much for joining us. And we hope you'll come back in about 6 months and give us a little update. You might have some other things by then, or you
Uh,
might be testing 45.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. And to learn more about this amazing technology, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.